guest is Eliza Shaddad this week. She's amazing. Yeah, I've done this once before, but we're in lockdown once more. And listen to the Songwriter Series and have a good time.
Hello, welcome to another episode. I've just realised that song says we're in lockdown, and actually we're not in lockdown anymore. So yeah, hope everyone's been enjoying the sunshine and meeting up with friends, socially distanced outside. But I'm glad I can see some of you here for another episode of my Songwriter Series. Thank you all so much for supporting it. It's been so long, getting near the end now. But I'm hoping that I've kind of entertained you on Thursday evenings with my series. So for anyone that's new, hello, my name is Lucy May Walker. We have a very special guest coming a little bit later, well, quite soon actually. And this is my Songwriter Series, and I've been doing this for like about a month now. Every Thursday, 8 p.m, same time, same place, Facebook, YouTube. I have a different guest, and we each sing 3 original songs, and we just talk a bit, just general chit chat, but also I like people to kind of talk in depth about what each song is about. And that's basically it. These shows are completely free, but if I don't mention this now, I will forget. If you are able to and you want to tip, I have a joint tip jar, which is in the link, but I'll put it in the comments as well. Maybe I should do that now. PayPal.me/Songwriter Series. And yeah, anything that we make will get split in half to both of the artists. So I think I'm going to kick it off with probably my most listened to song. Is everything working on Facebook? Because I just said an error. Hopefully it's okay. Yeah, this is probably my most listened, no, it definitely is my most listened to song. It did really, really well on Spotify. I released it as a single, 3 years ago or something. It's called Safety Net. Can someone, okay, cool. I was about to say, can someone on Facebook tell me everything's fine? And it's okay. Cool, thanks, Shelley. Yeah, I wrote this song at the end of a breakup, and what do I say about this song? When I started writing, it was actually like a pretty sad song, because we split up, and he wasn't really in a good place. He wasn't in a good place for the entire relationship. But when we split, I was really worried about him and his mental health and everything. And he kept coming back to me for help. And obviously, I'm a nice person, and I want to be there for people. And I really cared about him as a person, even though it wasn't like meant to be. And this song is kind of when I got to the point where I was like, you have to cut it off now and stop feeling guilty, because it's not my responsibility to make sure you're okay when you didn't make sure that I was okay when we were together. So it's called Safety Net. It sounds really sad if you listen to the lyrics, but it is a bop, if I say so myself.
You say that your life is falling apart. Well, believe me when I say that only breaks my heart. You might have broke mine first, but it looks as though you came off worse. I don't know why I'm thinking like that. I don't know if I almost want you back. I don't know why, but I can't be your safety net no more. 'And even if I wanted to, you know that I can't save you, 'cause I tried that once before. They tried 100 times more, but I can't be your safety net no more. And I can't save you. I'll never wish the worst on you. Though I'm quite sure my friends would like me too, but I'm not bitter. Just want you to treat yourself better than you ever treated me. I don't know why I'm thinking like that. I don't know if I almost want you back. I don't know why. I tried, but I can't be your safety net no more. And even if I wanted to, you know that I can't save you. I used to say I'd be here whenever you needed help, but now you desperately need it from someone else. But I can't be your safety net no more. And even if I wanted to, you know that I can't save you, 'cause I tried that once before. They tried 100 times more. I can't be your safety net no more. I just can't be your safety net no more. And I can't save you.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you for clapping backstage. Thanks, guys. I hope everything is all working fine. Nice to see so many of you in the comments. Okay, it is time to introduce my guest, if they're ready. Are you good? Cool. So, tonight's guest is the lovely Eliza Shaddad. I said it right.
Yeah. Hi everyone, how are you doing?
Thank you so much for coming on the series. I was so excited, and I definitely, not that I don't know how to say this. I thought you were going to say no. And when you said yes, I was like, I've got it.
No, I'm well up for it.
Yeah, so we met through Tom Speight, didn't we? So we did a house concert together, and you were...
I was playing his band.
Yeah, and then me and my boyfriend were there, and we were like, we like Tom, but we really like Eliza. And I was really hoping that you had music out. And then as soon as we left that gig, we just stalked you on the internet and was like, she's amazing. I love your music.
Thank you so much, and ditto. It was such a nice happenstance. House gigs, I've not done very many of them. I've probably done more of them with Tom than I ever have on my own. But I was they're always really like special, often kind of strange in a different way, but they're always like so full of lovely vibes, and everyone's so up for it, and the hosts are so sweet, and yeah, it's fun.
They are a bit weird, aren't they? Let me turn my reverb off.
They can be. I mean, it's so like intimate to just turn up to somebody's house and then try and act like you. There's no mystery. There's no like artistic mystery at all.
Well, I was surprised we had a backstage for that one. I mean, I think that's the only
fair.
one I've ever done, actually. But I was impressed that he had a separate room. Anyway, but you also release all of your own original music, which is amazing. And I just want to congratulate on your new single.
Thank you so much.
Blossom. Please, can you
Yeah.
tell us about that and when it came out and everything?
Yeah, absolutely. It came out last Tuesday, and it is basically an ode to spring. It is all about that feeling of sort of waking up after a long, cold winter and feeling like the world is in bloom and the possibilities are growing, and you just feel open to opportunity and love and sex, like you just feel open to the world basically in every different way you can imagine. And yeah, funnily enough, we were supposed to release it in May, and I'd always wanted it to be in spring, and about a month and a half ago I was like, we have to change the whole release plan. It has to come out at that moment where everyone's just feeling like, oh, nice weather, sunshine, and I'm so glad we did.
You timed it perfectly.
It fits. It's perfectly timed. I'm really pleased because I feel like that's helping people connect with it, and it's been doing really well, so that's amazing to see.
And it got played on BBC Radio 1 on, was it Monday? You said that's incredible.
Monday night. No, Tuesday night.
Okay.
Wow. What day of the week is it?
It was this week.
Tuesday night on Jack Saunders' show. Yeah, which is a complete surprise and brilliant as well.
Were you?
So yeah, very grateful.
Were you listening at the time, or did you just get a notification?
No, I didn't. I mean, normally I tune in if I know something's happening, and often you get a bit of forewarning about stuff. Often I'll try and tune in to just to show appreciation, I guess, for the fact that they're spending some time spinning my music. But I just had no warning and didn't expect it. So it was funny, I was on a call the next day with my manager, and she was like, yeah, so great about the Jack spin, isn't that amazing? And I was like, no, because I know that it's going to be on BBC Introducing on Radio 1 on Sunday. So I was like, no, you're confused. And she was like, no, and I was like, no, it's not him we've been talking to, it's somebody else's producer. And she was like, I don't understand how it could be somebody else that's played it when he played it. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then she was like, have you checked your emails today? I was like, no. She was like, no, he actually played it last night. I was like, oh, okay.
I wish they could give you a heads
yes,
up.
That is cool.
It's so annoying when you miss that, because if you'd have known in advance, you'd have made a massive deal about and got everyone to listen.
Tune in. Yeah.
I guess they can't notify every single artist that they're about to play.
And it's nice for it to be a surprise sometimes. It's just weird. To be honest, I like that it was a surprise, and it's more realistic to listen back to stuff. Otherwise, there's a lot of shows that I think I'd love to listen to. They start at 11 p.m. and they finish at 3 a.m. and I've done a lot of listening to those shows, but sometimes you're like, it's been a really long week, and can I just listen back tomorrow? That's fine as well.
Absolutely. I think this is a perfect time for you to sing your first song.
Sure. I apologise, by the way. I've stupidly set this up so that I can see you over here, but my camera is over here. So I'm trying to look between both of you.
It's okay.
But I feel like it feels a bit disassociative to be looking in one direction and talking in the other. So please forgive me for that.
We're literally doing exactly the same thing, so don't worry.
You look like you're looking at the cat. Okay, fine, that's cool. How's everyone doing, by the way? Hello, all you nice people.
Can you see the comments?
I can, yes.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I can. I can't write any for some reason, but I can see it.
You can just talk to them.
Yeah, I'll just
remove
watch.
myself.
I'm watching. Hey, Jackie Benson! Everyone, Jackie Benson's an amazing musician, by the way. Okay, I'm going to play you a song called Same As You, which is from the last EP that I released called Septec. And it was written kind of about not fitting in many ways, kind of growing up and also in grieving and lots of different things. And it's got a very trippy video for it. And I've been doing live streaming all year, and it's my favourite one to play. Oh, sorry, excuse me 1 second. I've forgotten one crucial thing. From the start, nothing you could say or do is ever gonna penetrate my heart. You saw what I like was, wouldn't you? You saw what I don't care the way those other girls might do. You saw what I like pain as much as I like being happy. That doesn't mean I'm not trying, I hate mine too, same as you. I guess I see how much it hurts somebody like you to love somebody like me. Always trying to get close, but you better leave in me, because you know I need air. Why don't you? You saw what I don't breathe the way those other girls might do. You saw what I like false as much as I like perfection. That doesn't mean I'm not trying, I hate mine too, same as you, same as you. Same as you, yeah, same as you. Same as you, babe, same as you. Same as you, yeah, same as you. Thank you very much.
That went so much quicker than I expected it to, and I was like, oh, I'm not ready, I wanted more.
It's just a short one.
Oh, amazing.
Just a wee one.
I love the guitar in that as well. And
Thanks.
do you normally play with that guitar, or is that just
No.
for
So
streaming?
normally I play electric, actually, and I play very loudly, and I scream sing along to the songs. And I've just really enjoyed playing, especially classical, over the last few months, through live streaming, actually, because it felt a bit more natural sometimes to go that way. And it kind of meant that I got to give a lot of the quieter songs that I never play on tour an outing. And it's simpler, and I feel like I don't know, I still really enjoy both, but I think especially for like solo live streams, I just really enjoy it. I think it comes across really well in terms of acoustics, basically. And I've got also a slight problem with my amp, and that's partly why I'm not playing electric. That's probably the main reason why.
This is a big elaborate story of how your amp is
just
broken.
to cover up a technical hitch. No, I mean, yeah. If it was working, I'd be alternating, but instead I'm just sticking to one. But yeah,
I think it's quite nice. I think it fits with the whole series of this being kind of stripped back anyway. So,
good.
So you've been live streaming. I think, did I see over 50 shows now on it? Is it Instagram, isn't it?
Yeah, a year's worth of weekly shows, and now we're on maybe 55 tomorrow night.
How have you found doing them?
I have it. I've overall I've really loved it. I've kept it super simple. Like, this is way more tech heavy than I do for my own live streams. Like, I literally often, and that's part of why the acoustic has played such a big role, because I'll like realise 10 minutes beforehand that that it's time, and I'll just plonk the camera. It's just like Instagram Live, 7 p.m. every Friday, and just plonk the camera on and pick up the guitar, and I'm good to go. And that's the only thing that's actually really made it possible to do it week after week after week, no matter what's happening. And what I think would mean that I could carry on doing it for as long as I want to, even when I'm on tour and stuff. If I dial in for like 2 songs, I think that would still be a really nice thing to do. And yeah, I mean, I don't know about you, but I still feel, because it's Friday nights as well, like the build up to it's like there's always so much work, it's stressful, and then you get to it and suddenly you're doing it, and then afterwards you get a little bit of feeling. Like I get Friday feeling for the first time in my life. Like I feel like it's the weekend, like I've aimed towards something all week, even if I hadn't thought about it that much. And then when it's done, it feels like you've achieved something and you've connected with people. And I just love talking to people who turn up, and you know, it's a lot of the same crew, and then new people are joining, and it feels like a real little community. And I know that it's helped some of the people who've had something to look forward to each week, and it's helped me feel like I'm not completely rusty as a live performer.
Yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I think it's been brilliant. And actually, to be honest, I think it's helped me. I've applied for some funding over the last 6 months especially, and I think because I've been able to say, like, look, I'm trying to find ways around what's happening at the minute. I'm being super proactive, and I've been doing this regular thing that's going really well. I think that's really helped actually my cause. So yeah, it's funny.
I think it's nice to see people, because I feel like some artists have gone, I'm just going to hibernate away until I can perform live again, and maybe that works for them. But and I definitely did that at the start. I was like, well, I'm just gonna take some time off. But yeah, I think when you said like it's really helped people watching, I think people come to me and they're like, oh, thank you so much for putting these on, and I'm like, I'm a very selfish person, and as much as I want it to help you, it's really helping me as well. Do you know what I mean? It's a two-way thing. But yeah, no,
I don't know about you. I wouldn't, if I didn't get anything out of it, I definitely wouldn't have carried on for a whole year.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I don't know. You get desperate. I don't know. I might. I'm gonna take you out, and you can have a little break for a few minutes while I sing my next song.
Okay.
I forgot to put my banner up, so let's do this one next. So this is it's not out yet, but I'm pretty sure quite a lot of people have heard it, because I've what have I done? A YouTube video. This is so bad, I keep burping. I need to stop drinking my tea. I'm so sorry if anyone's hearing burping down the mic. I wrote this actually just before we went into that first lockdown. I think it was the week of, and it just gets more and more relatable, because I live with my boyfriend Chris, and it was a song for him to basically say, look, when we're not going to have the best time all of the time, and when things go wrong, it's okay. This is really soppy. It's okay, because I'm here, and we're a team, and you are amazing by yourself, but I think together we're like even better. And I think in a relationship you have to be there for each other, and hope that you're all down at different times so you can help each other back up. It's called We're Okay. Ooh, reverb. Well done me.
I love that you're trying all of the time, although it feels like you've been left behind. A little misfortune, an honest mistake, we'll put it down to just a bad day. If it all goes wrong, just know that I'll be there for you, 'cause alone you're strong. I know that we're better as two. No matter the bruises you get when you fall, 'cause you pick yourself up and you keep moving on. I promise you no one is pointing the blame, 'cause we're in this together, as long as it takes, and we're okay. You lost your job and we took out a loan, moved all our things from a house to a home. There's too many good days left on the list to worry about this one we can't fix. If it all goes wrong, just know that I'll be there for you, 'cause alone you're strong, but know that we're better as two. No matter the bruises you get when you fall, 'cause you pick yourself up and you keep moving on. I promise you no one is pointing the blame, 'cause we're in this together as long as it takes, and we're okay. We're okay. No matter the bruises you get when you fall, 'cause you pick yourself up and you keep moving on. I promise you no one is pointing the blame, 'cause we're in this together as long as it takes, and we're okay. We're okay. We're okay.
Thank you. Are you muted? Oh, let me unmute you. You're muted.
Sorry, I said nice, Lucy, very beautiful.
Thank you very much.
That's how I wasn't sure if you could hear. I was retuning, and I was like, maybe she can hear me. Oh God!
You would have seen my face like, stop.
It would have been so hard to play a song while someone starts tuning in your headphones.
Well, I was about to say, as you've got your guitar, do you want to do your second song for us?
Sure.
But you've put it down, but still, would you like to just take it away?
I will indeed. Okay, this is a song from my debut album, which came out in 2018, and for some reason it really reminds me of the idea of going to like an American teenage prom. So if you want to imagine something cinematic while it plays, then imagine that. It's called Just Goes to Show. Out his mouth like wildfire across a field. One by one I watch the slick red ones reveal, and I shut them down, try not to feel, but I'm cut now, can't see how to heal.
Don't let me near real life. I see I won't change your mind, but I still wanna stay the night. Don't make me go home tonight. Don't let me near real life. I see I won't change your mind, but I still wanna stay. Oh, and I hear you saying that it's time to go, and I'm begging you to take it slow. Can't you see I'm trying not to lose control of everything I know?
We need a foot pedal.
Nice ending. Ooh. Oh, that's so good. I can't believe just you and I don't know what is that drum. What do you call it?
Oh, it's like a gem organ. I got it at like a charity shop furniture store, and weirdly there was someone there who wanted to buy it, and we were kind of both. I saw it and I was like, this would be the perfect gift for my husband, who is also a producer, and we share this studio here, and I was like, it'd be perfect for him, he'd love it. And I went to ask how much it was, and there was actually someone with like the sales assistant who was interested in it. And we basically had like a bartering session over like who should have it.
Wow, and that makes
and
you
I was
want it
like,
more.
no, you were here first. I know, that was kind of like, who's going to use it? And I was like, no, you should have it. You were here first. And he was like, but I'm just buying it for fun. You're actually going to use it in like
Yeah.
musical productions. And in the end, he let me have it. And then he helped me carry it home, which was mad because it's quite
Oh wow.
And but we stayed in touch, and he actually texted me a couple of weeks ago, or DM'd me on Instagram and was like, you used it in the recording, that's so cool.
Aw.
So it's had a happy ending, I think.
That's amazing. I wanted to ask you, I can't think of when this was now, but I feel like it was right at the start of the pandemic. You went on tour with Keane.
I did indeed, yep. That was an incredible way to start 2020, and honestly has like kept me going through everything that's come after it.
When was that?
It
Right at the
was
start?
January, February, last year. The EP that the first song was on came out at the very end of January, and then we had a headline tour booked right after that. So it was all go, and it was a really exciting start to the year. And it was like, finally everything's falling into place. I'm on this huge tour, got new music coming out, blah blah blah. It was a wonderful experience. It was my first time like sleeping on a tour bus and playing to like 6,000 people. It was
Wow.
dreamy, and
I
they were so
listened-
nice.
I listened to your podcast that you did with Charlotte Carpenter.
Oh yeah,
And
lovely.
I really enjoyed listening to that, and I was like, damn it, she's answering all the questions that I want to ask. But yeah, you did it solo, is that right? And then,
I did, yeah.
And you were saying how you'd booked the first few hotels, whatever, and then somehow you managed to wangle your way onto the tour bus. Like,
Basically,
well done.
yes. I mean, honestly, the crew and the band and everyone involved was so lovely that it wasn't a hard wangle at all. And it was I didn't have that much. I think I had like 2 weeks notice for the tour, first of all, so it's not like I'd had a lot of time to
Wow.
plan. And then I had only had enough time to like book a few things in advance, and then there were like strikes in France, and there were like hurricanes in Portugal, and there was something else, and I was like getting flights to a new city on the day of the show, and it was all like really packed in together. There were like 4 days off in the whole tour of 16 dates, I think, and it was just dangerous. Like I turned up an hour late for one sound check, and I was like, guys, I'm just a bit worried about this. And also because I was alone, they were all, I mean, a lot of them were fathers on the tour, and they were kind of looking at me being like, and you're just going around Europe on your own. No.
but they don't
Get on the
sort
tour
that out
bus.
for you. You just like go, do you want to do this tour? Yes. And then you
Yeah.
just make it happen. How did you actually land the tour? This is just for my own benefit, so I can try and copy.
Well, I mean, it's one of those, it's always who you know, isn't it?
Yeah.
It always is, I think. The first song that I played, Same As You, I wrote it back in Suffolk while my gran was in hospital, and I was back with my mum, like helping to kind of deal with it and to look after her, and I needed somewhere I was there for quite a while in the end, so I was like, well, I've got to try and find a way to work while I'm here as well. So I tried to find a space where I could just go for a few hours a day to songwrite. And there is this amazing airfield called Rendlesham Airfield up in Suffolk. And Jesse, who's the bass player, Jesse Quinn in Keane, he runs this kind of creative hub there called Old Jet, which is beautiful. And my mum's been telling me, like, anything to do with singing, my mum like cuts it out and sends it to me.
Yeah.
So she'd already been like, this place, look, this looks really good. Look, it's creation in Suffolk. You got to check it out. And I got in touch with them to say, look, I'm a musician, I'm local, and I need somewhere to write. Can I rent a room or something? And it turned out that it was him who actually kind of managed it. And so I just got chatting to him, and and he's really nice, and we got on, and I wrote some songs and I showed them to him. And then a few months later, my agent was like, Eliza, you want to go on tour with Keane? And we were both like, what? Yes.
Oh, that's amazing. You've supported like a really impressive amount of people as well. Did I read Lucy Rose as well?
Lucy Rose, indeed.
Lucy Rose is my favourite artist. Just
she's
saying.
lovely
I'm
and
just
beautiful
very jealous.
live. Yeah, I guess, I mean, I've been working a while, so I've had a lot of opportunity.
Yeah.
And live has just been like the backbone to my career, I guess. Like when I first started, I was doing 200 shows a year, basically. And but I was doing everything from like functions to supports to this to that. Sometimes I supported James Bay and I had 2 gigs that night. And I actually feel bad about this. I agreed to do it, but I had to leave to go and play another gig, and I ended up missing his set because they changed the times or something. And by the time I got back, I was like, I'm so sorry I missed it. And everyone was just like, you're the worst support act ever. How could you not stay for the headline act? It was like, no.
No. Yeah. It looks like you're very hard worker. You're very much of a yes girl, and you say yes to everything, and then trying to work out the things afterwards. Going,
yes.
I don't know if I could do this.
Yeah, probably to some detriment. I don't know. I feel the same, but it's hard to say no,
yeah.
isn't it?
I don't say no to a lot, but sometimes I'm like, no, Lucy, this is an awful gig, and but the back of my mind, I'm like, but.
Yeah,
what
but
if
you
the
never know
bassist
what
from Keane is there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you another break, and I'm gonna move on to my last song.
Lovely.
Right, reverb. I was about to pick up the wrong guitar, so 1 second. I wanted to just say thank you. And just a reminder that we have a tip jar. If anyone would like to donate any money, we split it between myself and Eliza. So I just wanted to say thank you to Alan Mellor and also Stephen Richard. Thank you very much for the tip. Stephen said, enjoying the show with Eliza Shaddad. I've said that because she said to me, remember my name is Eliza's your dad. So I've just said, your dad. So, let's hope this is still in tune. Nope. Okay, this is a new-ish song I wrote with Melanie Baker, who also has been played on Radio 1, actually. And we wrote this over a Zoom call. I don't know if Eliza's done any of those. I'm guessing she has. Yeah. It's a weird thing to do, but I actually really enjoy it. And if you're writing with the right people and you kind of click and don't need to be in the same room, it really works. And I was like, right, Mel, I love writing with you. I want to write a song. And she said, right, what do you want to do? And I went, I want to write in Dadgad. And I didn't know any chords, and I was like, just teach me some chords. And she did, and it just, I don't know, I think it's something about changing the tuning and writing in a different tuning that you've ever played in before. It felt like the easiest song to write. And yeah, I don't know any of the other chords yet in this tuning, so I might have to have another writing session with her and call it a guitar lesson. But this is a song about, it's called Another Birthday. Let me put my thing on. There we go. it's called Another Birthday, and I keep making friends with Australians, which is really becoming quite a problem because they can't stay in the country. So I'll be friends with them and we'll start building our lives together, and then they go, right, I have to leave because their visas run out or whatever. And it's these friends that I make, and I spend really I spend a lot of time with them in a short period of time, and then I don't see them again for like a year or maybe longer. So this is a song about that, and just how when you see those friends, it's sad that you don't get to speak to each other all the time, but it's really nice when you see them after not seeing them for like a year or two at someone's birthday or something, and it's just exactly the same as you left it.
I've always been a drifter, not one for settling down. I don't want to be bitter, but I miss having you around. Always been one of the outcasts, never been one for a clique. We go from talking for hours to not seeing each other for weeks. Oh, look, another birthday. Has it been a year? 'Cause it feels like yesterday. Oh, look, another birthday. How long will it be until I see you again? You call me up on the weekend, but we know it's just not the same. Are we busy making excuses? Or maybe we both share the blame. Oh, look, another birthday. Has it been a year? 'Cause it feels like yesterday. Oh, look, another birthday. How long will it be until I see you again? Finally I find the good ones, promise they won't move away. We start piecing our lives together, but then they can't get the papers to stay. Oh, look, another birthday. Has it been a year? 'Cause it feels like yesterday. Oh, look, another birthday. How long will it be until I see you? Oh, look, another birthday. Has it been a year? 'Cause it feels like yesterday. Oh, look, another birthday. How long will it be until I see you again? Sorry I messed up.
Great,
Welcome back.
Lucy.
Thank you. I really messed up because they're chords that I'm not comfortable playing, and I want to perform it, and then I perform it and go, where is it?
Well, yeah, I didn't notice. So
I
think
just stopped
that's
playing. Sometimes
see.
you just do that for like dramatic effect.
Yeah, it worked.
Maybe I'll just do that again. It's better than getting a wrong chord anyway. What I was going to talk to you about? The fact that you have written and recorded a whole album in the pandemic. I mean, Taylor Swift vibes there.
That is a thing that has happened. Yeah, I guess it just had. I mean, I'm lucky in that we were on tour and we had to stop for Corona, but I was due to then be writing and finishing and recording the next album. So I kind of had that to like sink into anyway. So I basically just came home a couple of weeks early and started doing that. And I'm also very lucky because 1 month prior I had married a brilliant producer and we have loads of gear. So we set up this, well, we had already set up this kind of spare room as a studio. And we had like little bits of sessions from like the year before when we were working on the EP. So we've got some live bits from that, mostly drums. But apart from that, it's pretty much all done in this room. And when we started, I was like, this is going to be like a small little bedroom record, and it's just going to be really lo-fi and just like a snapshot of where I am right now. And the longer we worked on it, I mean, we basically added harmonica to one song. That's the next song that's coming out. And I was like, Alanis Morissette, we're going big, Ben, we're going big. Yeah. So then it turned into this huge, like, big song album. So it's a mixture, though. I think that there's a lot of, like, nice moments, like Blossom, for example. And then there's some kind of big, heavy drums, strings for the first time. Like, I've really had fun experimenting because there's been no pressure. Like I was I didn't have, at that time I didn't have a label or manager or anyone. I'd had that previously and then I'd kind of stepped away from it all, so I didn't have anyone's interference really, and I got to make exactly the record I wanted to, and that's brought a kind of team back, which has been ideal, like the nicest way to work, I think, in terms of creative control.
Yeah, without that pressure of you need to like give us a hit and things like that. And have you been? So you were saying yes that you've done some Zoom calls. Are most of the songs on the album you'd written solo or co-writes or a bit of both? Or
yeah, so I mean, so far in my career, apart from like featuring on other people's songs, I've only ever released stuff that I've written. This album is the first one that has one song that was written with somebody else. It's honestly the only writing session I've ever done, and I like did a lot when I started out, and then I was like, no, enough. There's no point. I don't want to release music that I've written with anybody else, and it's just
really, that's so like interesting.
It was so, I don't know. I found it so hard for it to feel personal if I'd. Because in order to, I don't know, maybe I just made compromises in the moment. Like they'd be like, what do you think about this? And I'd be like, well, it's nearly dinner time, so yeah, let's go with that. Then I'd get home and be like, I would never say that. I think, I don't know, I just had one session basically the year before last, where I turned up and was like, I hate writing sessions. I don't think this is going to work. This is how I always feel. I really want to be open to it. So let's try it. But just so you know, like, let's take all the pressure off. And actually it was more like a guided songwriting session for me on my own almost, than like we were both contributing equally. I was just being like, I don't know, just like, oh, that sounds nice, okay, following that. It was a really interesting experience, and the song that came out of it is quite different, I think, but it feels like me, so it's on. So yeah, I put it on the record. I think everyone was pretty surprised.
I'm very excited I'll look through the Spotify credits when it's out and see which one, see if I can work it out.
Yeah, see if you can pick it out without hearing it, without seeing it.
But did you co-write? How do you feel about co-writing for other people, with other people, for them? Is that still, you just hate it? No,
I really like, actually, and I went on like this all-female writing camp called She Writes a couple of years ago, and we were writing to brief, and I absolutely loved it. Like I like writing songs with other people, and that's why I said yes to so many sessions. I just am often not looking for stuff to put on my next album because it feels like it has to be I feel like I've got enough to say to fill it, I guess, and I feel like I know how I want to say it, and I just feel like I've got it under control, and I'm quite controlling, so like there's no space, there's no space for anyone else. But I really enjoy writing with other people, and yeah, I'm definitely open to that.
I might maybe hit your
yes
for a writing session.
Just send me your calendar.
So moving on to your last song, it is going to be your latest single. I've just revealed it.
It is indeed.
And just before you do that, where would you like people to find you after this? Is Spotify the best, or Bandcamp or Patreon? We'll talk about that after this song.
Yeah, all in any of them. I just can see
Okay.
my nose has gone really red. It's very strange. It's gone bright red, look.
It's okay, you still look beautiful.
That's very strange. Anyway, I'm everywhere basically. Like Spotify is brilliant, Bandcamp brilliant, Instagram brilliant, and Patreon, which I'm relatively new to, but I'm absolutely loving. So yeah, any of the above.
We'll talk briefly about Patreon just after this song then.
Okay, great.
Take it away.
Okay, so this is my new single. It's called Blossom. On the record, there's a lot of strings and beautiful things, but I think it is ultimately just a stripped back acoustic song. So here we go.
Blossom grows on the trees where you last lay here. Constant grey giving way to the blue. And I'm going round all day digging up the soil, turning over leaves and searching for renewal. But as the air begins to warm, I breathe it in. And as my heart begins to sing, I think it must be spring again. Ooh, I tell myself I'm dreaming, oh, in order not to raise the hope. I've been in hibernation for so long now, I would just like to know. But as the air begins to warm, I breathe it in. And as my heart begins to swell, I think it must be spring again. Ooh.
I love it so much.
Thank you very much, Lucy.
I just want to run around in a field listening to
It
that.
is, it is just like spring it feels like spring to sing it. I was like, oh, it's dark, it's like pitch black, doesn't feel, and then it's like, nope, as soon as I start singing it, I'm like, bees and birds and leaves and flowers.
When I said run, I think more like a little skip like this. I'm going to do that
fields.
tomorrow. Thank you so much for coming on and singing that song. I've got a couple more questions before we wrap it up, but I don't want to go over
Don't be scared.
As I know how you feel about that. I just had a couple of questions from the public, basically. So Megan in Bristol said, how do you go about choosing the cover songs? Because you've got quite a lot of cover songs out, which I love as well. So much that you listen to it and go, oh, this sounds really familiar, and then you realise it's a cover. So yeah, how do you go about choosing the cover songs that you do? What's the process behind that?
To be honest, most of them have been quite dependent on like a particular opportunity. So I think I've always been quite worried. Like obviously you learn and you grow by learning from other artists. So I played a lot of function gigs at like hotels and stuff when I first started. So I know like a good 3 hours worth of covers.
Yeah, me too.
And it's useful arsenal, but often they're not quite the kind of songs that you would probably strategically choose if you were going to do like a cover that was going to set the internet afire.
Yeah.
So I think some of the covers that I've released have been like someone got in touch with me from a small record label and said they wanted to do a International Women's like celebration month of releasing covers, and did I want to think of something to do for that? And it's often, I'm trying to think, there's been Pure Shores more recently, Don't Let Me Be Misunderstood. There was one more and I can't remember what it is. But if it's those two, it's often like the kind of biggest influences on me, I think, have been like huge female singer-songwriters and female bands, and often kind of 90s stuff and 60s stuff. So it kind of tends to follow that pattern, I think. There's a really good cover I heard recently by Bride, and it's a Tori Amos song that I've always been like, wouldn't it be nice to cover that one day?
Yes.
So I think that it's a nice way to see who people's influences are. But then stuff like Pure Shores, that's it. Don't Speak. Those are the three.
I was trying to
No
think because I was like, I saw this earlier. What was it? Don't Speak.
Yeah. Don't Speak. No Doubt are well, obviously very cool. So that was a lot of fun to cover. Pure Shores, I think weirdly I actually was not into All Saints when I was growing up. I couldn't get the songs out of my head, but I wouldn't have professed loving them. But the song is a banger, like there's no two ways about it. And it was funny because I was covering that was it on that tour? I think it was on the tour with Keane I was doing it, and I was like in a hotel room in Prague sending the stems to Ben here in Cornwall, being like, please, I've recorded it all, can you just like please mix it, make it sound like vaguely passable. So yeah, I don't know, it's often like female oriented and just songs that I think are brilliant.
And then my other question was, well, your biggest influences, but I guess you answered that with strong female singer-songwriters, and what shaped your sound is another question I had. Yeah,
I think people like Tori Amos and Jewel, and kind of really honest, confessional singer-songwriters, and then a lot of kind of grungier stuff. My elder sister introduced me to loads of good music, things like Hole and Skunk Nancy and bands like that. And then I just got really into like Bob Dylan, Joni Mitchell, and I went to a lot of folk festivals when I first started playing guitar, and people like Martha Tilston and Steve Tilston and Nick Harper just really got, like when you were playing the Dadgad song, I was like, I just love like droney I just love them. They feel like home to me immediately. So I think this guitar's not in a regular tuning and every song's in a different tuning, just because it's so freeing, and I don't know.
I think I need to experiment more with different tuning and stuff, but I just don't really know. But as soon as you learn, like as soon as I wrote that one, I was like, I want to write all of my songs in Dadgad now.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Sound the same.
Do you know what? I think my first EP had like two. I actually used a dad quite a lot instead of Dadgad. It's tricky. The G to an A can be quite dangerous depending on the guitar, but once they're used to it, then it's fine. The first EP is like 2 songs in one, 2 songs in another. The second EP is like 3 songs in the Dad, 1 in standard. The album is like 9 songs in Dad, 1.
What do you do when you play live though?
I have 2 guitars,
Right.
and some of the songs you can actually play. Sometimes it's not, weirdly, I'm not, my theory with the guitar is terrible. But sometimes you can actually find a relatively simple way to play the song with both tunings. So it can be all right, basically. It's worth pursuing just because it sounds so nice, in my opinion.
I'll look into it. Eliza, thank you so much for coming on. You've been
My pleasure.
amazing. And
It's
just,
absolutely
like,
flown by, Lucy.
I know,
How's it done
right,
already?
See? I told you.
No, I agree.
I know, I'm trying so hard. Like, for this, I just want to chat and chat and chat. I'm like, no, they want to hear the music. They want to hear the music. So hopefully I've managed to speed through it okay and still get a bit of chat in. Thank you to everyone that's come and watched for a bit of it, or for the whole hour. Thank you for all the tips. Last push, if anyone would like to tip afterwards, then you'll find the link here. And thank you to Craig Sinclair, who said, awesome show tonight. Eliza is just amazing. And I agree, I'm fangirling big time. So so anyone that wants to check you out, sorry we didn't get a chance to talk about Patreon, but you are on Patreon, Instagram, TikTok, even though you're not quite sure what you're doing on there.
TikTok, I'm like a baby, but I am having fun, so
I need to follow you after this. But please do check Eliza out everywhere on social media and listen to her new song Blossom. Thank you guys, and next week I am joined same time, same place with Katie Hurt. Not Kurt. Katie Hurt. I panicked then. I was like, who have I got on next week? Katie Hurt is on next week. So thank you guys. I'll see you next week.
Thanks so much.
Bye.
Lucy, great job. Thanks for having me.
Thanks. You're welcome.